Welcome back. I hope you're all good. I hope you are all well. I just want to make sure. Oh, guys, it is boiling hot. It is boiling hot. But nevertheless, today is our fifth finance boot camp session. Can you believe it? Time flies. Fifth one. We've been on this road. Yeah, we've been learning, we've been unlearning, saying goodbye to certain unnecessary behaviors, more especially that impacts us and affects us financially, Yeah, and I hope you sat and you looked at your budgets, you looked at your expenses, and you made a decision. Go see which items you're gonna try and avoid, which items, sorry guys, you're gonna shy away from, and which items you can in fact do without, that are the items or things that are delaying your financial freedom. Because when you are financially free, you have, yeah, the freedom of doing what matters to you. And we all have different dreams, we all have different goals. We are here on this earth for different purposes. And if you are new here, I'm Tisha Oliphant, born and bred in South Africa, and thank you for joining in. And this is my corporate journey, because we speak matters of corporate life. We also take it further and talk about my travel journey, but we are currently dealing with the wealth side of things. So we've got this finance boot camp that has been taking place for the past 6 weeks. Guys, it is week 5. Can you believe it? And if you've been on this channel for a while, we started together testing the waters, test driving it. I just want to say thank you so very much for staying with me, yeah, for just embracing me with your presence, your time. I truly appreciate. And I know you did subscribe. If you haven't, why not? And I know you do like videos, you do watch them, you don't skip the ads, you tell others, so that means you are sharing. I see a lot of comments where people also engage, which is really heartwarming. So thank you so much everyone for your support. I truly and honestly appreciate it big time. As you're coming in, please don't forget to like, and thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. It really helps the channel to grow. It makes a huge difference, but I don't see as many likes as I would love to see. Liking is for free, subscribing is for free, sharing is for free, sharing is caring. So please guys, thank you. As you walk into this home, as you open the doors and you look for your seat, just like, and then we keep it moving. So thank you guys. And today I'm sure you've seen the caption. We're talking about retirement planning, and it won't be as long as our savings and investments session that we had last week, because I want us to just focus on retirement and give it the focus that it deserves, because it is a very crucial part of our lives, and it gets neglected because we don't start with retirement. We start by being infants, and retirement seems like years, far away, something that is far-fetched. Oh, I'll be long gone, and therefore it gets neglected. Let me acknowledge my guests, the members of this La Family. I cannot carry on without acknowledging them. Abono Nomabaso Ziku from East London. Even if you haven't said it, now I know that you are from Eastern Cape. You didn't say East London. Is it East London? But I know it's Eastern Cape, definitely. Hello, Siswami, and I saw you said hello, my sister. Nomvuyiseko, uthi our corporate journey, babes, all the way from East London. Love a lot of and enjoying your life. I knew East London, Eastern Cape, so I got it right. I was a bit unsure about East London. Hello, Mama Nuts. Hello, Sisi, how are you, my bena? Ezikamabhena, abantazana bakamabhena. So guys, welcome, and yes, don't forget to like And before we kickstart with our retirement planning, which is what brought you here today, I just want us to go through the poll that we had, and I just want to look at the numbers quickly. Last week we spoke about savings and investments, and I did make it clear we don't use those terms interchangeably because they don't mean the same thing. What do you mean when you say I'm saving, and what do we normally save for, and what are the best uh, asset classes, or an asset class which is cash, that we can use for saving. However, when we talk investments, we're talking now savings is short term. We know that by now. Investments is long term, and yeah, you want better returns, you want to be disciplined, you stay there, consistency, and you just wait for the eighth wonder of the world, which is compound interest, which is interest on interest. So when you are investing, you don't go in your pots and you take a piece of meat like you would do when you are cooking. You leave that pot to get so ready. Even if that meal becomes fermented over time, that's exactly what you want, because you want to have amazing returns. What you contributed, or your capital rather, what you invested, the amount that you invested initially, or the total amount that you invested, should be far less than the amount that you would have accrued in terms of interest over time. So that would, when we talk investments and compound interest. And I did give you an exercise to do at the end of the session. I said, can we do a task where you go and do a sit down and list all your assets and total them, and list all your liabilities and total them. And remember, guys, we don't buy liabilities, but rather we buy assets, because assets are wealth builders. If we really want to be wealthy, if we want to leave and legacy, financial legacy for our kids, we don't look at liabilities, expensive cars that loses value. We look at properties, we look at bonds, we look at gold, we look at paintings that has value, not just any other painting, but if you excel in that field and you know exactly, you look at such things. So you flip things, so you get into business of flipping, that is buying assets. Any part of your life that generates income on a continuous basis for you, that is an asset. But anything that's sitting in your house right now, whether in the garage or in your bathroom, and it's taken from you all the time, that is a liability. Your skolotos, debts are your liabilities. Your credit cards, if they are not on credit and you're paying interest on interest every month, that is a liability. So we did that poll to just gauge on where people are at in terms of their net worth, and so that going forward we can see what we can talk about that will help us to have a substantial net worth, uh, because we really want to cream this thing. We are building wealth. We can't build wealth and be in debt, excessively indebted. No, then we need to shift things. So this was our poll. So the results were out. I'll show you for those who haven't seen, but you can all check out. Sorry, guys, it's not the cleanest of the cleanest. And now I'm showing you where we were voting. Go to when are we gonna have this boot camp. This phone is so dirty. Sorry, guys, and I wanna just try and clean it. Okay, so people who says their net worth is sitting on 0 rands and less, 47%, and that's the highest percentage. Those who said 10,000 to 200,000, with 6% people said, okay, my net worth, when I minus my liabilities from my assets, credit that I will leave behind if I were to kick the bucket is 10,000 for my kids, and 200,000, between 10 and 200,000 210,000 to 500,000, there was no one. And 510,000, which is over 500,000, to 1 million, we had 41%, which is very impressive, guys. It shows we do have investors in this home, and I'm really impressed. But it's only 6 people. How many people voted here? 17. Okay, 17 people voted. We normally have about close to 100 when we have votes. I was expecting more people to vote, so it means not everyone did what they needed to do. So, guys, this picture that only 17 people out of the previous video had close to 800,000, if not, no, close to 800, if not 900 views. So what happened to all those people if only 17 people voted to give us an idea of where they are at in terms of their net worth? So it means, guys, you still just listen. You're not, application is not there. You're not putting action into what you are learning, because if you did, you would sit down for real, guys. If you are serious about your future, you're serious about your children's future, you're serious about your dreams, you would really take time to sit down and look at the total number of your assets minus the total number of your liabilities, and see what your net worth is. And ask yourself, if I leave today, who's gonna take care of my property if this picture is looking skew like this? If your picture is looking great, you then sit and say, how can I make it even greater? How can I paint it with different colors so that it's bright, it's stunning, it looks zhuzh, and you sleep comfortably knowing, Muti, if you have beneficiaries, people who depend on you, if you were to leave this earth today, they are cared for financially. And finances are a big part of our lives. You can be as healthy as you want, but when financially you are crippled, your health is not on the excellent scale. There's something that is worrying you. So I expected at least 100 people to respond to this poll. It is really disappointing. But nevertheless, we've got 510 to a million rands net worth of people with their net worth that is on, and that scale is 41%. Very impressive. And we've got 6% of people that says my net worth is over a million. That is so healthy. And guys, continue investing, continue buying assets, continue getting rid of liabilities, and focus on building your wealth, because you are on the right track. If you voted amongst the 17 between 0 rand to minus your net, it means you've got more liabilities than assets, you've got more debts than assets. So you have to sit down and say, how do I get rid of my debt? How can I turn this picture around? How can I remove the amount that's sitting on my liabilities and bring it back to the side of it draft, graphium, where I have more assets than liabilities. I've got more properties, I've got more bonds, I've got more in terms of cash, I've got businesses, I've got investments in Jekalo. Even though I have debts, because I'm a human being, there's things that I can't buy cash, there's expenses that needs me, but my debt doesn't supersede my wealth, my assets. So I thought we will just share that. Utini Butter with my sister, but working in PMP. Oh, enjoy KZN Sisulindi. I really need your verdict. My apology going off the topic of today. Okay, Sisi, thank you. It's very informative and interesting. Thank you. Hi, Mom. More blessings to you. Thanks for the love, I guess. Love you. I'm trying to read that. I think we missed something. Thank you, Matsidi Show. I see you on the comment section as well, and I truly appreciate Sisi. I would like you and Nonsi to visit East London one day, but of course in December when bonus is out. Okay, Sissy, we will definitely come. Hi, Mom. More blessings to you. Thank you very much. Pleasure, dear. Hello, Sissy. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Bugelwa. Thank you, Sissy, for coming through. So, you've seen, guys. So that also shows you. Look at the poll. See where people are at. Be motivated. Be inspired. If you are still battling because you took debt for whatever reason, or you were not well informed, or you were impressing people that don't care about you now and are not there for you, or you were helping people who are truly appreciating you as we speak. Just look at the stats and see, Gucci, some people are pushing their network is sitting go 500,000, which is impressive. It can get better. Others are over 1 million, and that's what you should push for. So this exercise was to show everyone where everyone is at, and guys, let's work and turn things around. And sorry, guys, all of a sudden, yeah, I'm struggling with my sinuses, and I was okay the whole day, believe it or not. And yeah, but I guess it's just way too hot. I've got this fan on, my system is just something else. So let's talk retirement. Retirement is another form of investing. So it's a continuation of session 4, last week's session, where we spoke about savings and investment. I let it, I left it out for a reason, because it gets neglected. The stats are saying only 6% of South Africans retire comfortably. That is shocking, guys. That is heartbreaking. That is sad. Can we, me and you, turn things around? We're still younger. We can still invest. We can still plan better for our retirement. Can we just increase the stats? Can they at least say 30% when me and you reach our retirement age? But the best time to start planning for retirement, guys, only 6% of South Africans retire comfortably. It means the rest, they become black tax recipients. Hence, we've got our kids that are crying like you won't believe, saying black tax is killing them, black tax is delaying their investment plans. They can't build their wealth, they can't build their legacy, because they take care of us as their parents. Because if only 6% of your mothers and fathers and grannies retire comfortably, what happens to the 94%? Where are they getting money to survive during retirement? It means it's either they continue working if your company allows, or you've got a skill that you can still do even post-retirement, or it means you are relying on your children to finance your lifestyle, your retirement lifestyle. Or, guys, it means the government is carrying you on its shoulder. And how much does the government pay for retirement? I can't even recall the figures. And how much can you do with that money? I want to check it quickly, guys. What do they call it? Pension grant, retirement grant. What is it called? Let's see. Retirement or pension grant. I don't even know what they call it. Retirement grant. Just for us to have a picture. Maybe it will be a wake-up call in South Africa. Okay. I'm trying to see. Okay, they say 6. How much is SASSA grant for old age? Okay, SASSA grant for old age 2024, 2,110. April 2024. 2,000, or currently 2,110. And there's 2,090. So it depends on the age. So let's just say 2,000 rands. Guys, don't forget to like. Thank you for those who've already liked. 2,000 rands So if you're not continuing working, which, guys, when you reach retirement, I can just imagine you are exhausted. The unless you are fit and strong, but the knees are starting to give up. You're starting to feel pains in places that you've never felt pains. So imagine having to continue working. Imagine having to depend on your kids. Imagine having to depend on 2,000 rands. Me and you know very well, if we were to take 2,000 rands today and leave our homes, what are we going to get with that amount? If we go to a grocery store, we most probably gonna come out with 10 items, depending what we buy, if we are lucky. If we go to eat out, I'm sure we can pay for like a family of 5 or 6, and that's pushing it. Things are very expensive, guys. If you want to go buy clothing items, you'll be lucky if you come out of the store with 3 items with 2,000 rands. So how can you not take care of your retirement? How can you not plan for your retirement and say, government will take care of me when I retire? What are you going to do with 2,000 rands? And guys, the reality of retirement is that you get more ill during that time. So you need more medical aid, medical care than you would need when you are much younger. So right now, you find you only go to a doctor once in 5 years. There's people who hardly go to a doctor. I'm one of them. My doctor, when I walk in, and I'm talking my GP, always says, if you were my only patient, my kids wouldn't have gone to school. I would have been that broke doctor. Thank God I've got patients that comes and sees me all the time. And every time he takes out my file, it is my thing that excites me when I ask him, when was the last time did you see me? When was the last time I came to these rooms to visit you? And guys, in most cases, he would say to me, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, my GP, I'm not talking specialist, my general practitioner. Most people visit those guys until their medical aids are exhausted. So when you hit retirement, chances are you go to those rooms more often than you would when you were younger. So why not plan for your retirement and plan wisely? Do you really want to be the 6% of the South Africans that retire comfortably, or you're gonna fall on the 94% that is scrambling among crumbs and really, sorry guys, struggling with a life? It is very important for us to cater for our retirement and start as young as possible. First job, you check, you research, you look out for where you can invest for retirement. We don't leave it and delay it and park it until we get to our late 20s, our early 30s. First job, as you make sure you put monies away for emergency funds, as you buy government bonds, as you buy properties, make sure a portion, when you pay yourself first, a portion of paying yourself goes towards your retirement. I get, guys, it can be 100 rands as a start, but you increase it whenever you get increase at work, whenever you get a promotion, you get a qualification, more opportunities, you start a hustle, you start a business, increase that amount continuously, but start as soon as possible so that you enjoy a power of a compound interest where you'll be investing for your retirement. The same thing will happen to it as well, like it would with your other investments, where you'll end up earning interest and interest on interest, and at the same time uyalahlela. When you get lump sum, uyalahlela, and so forth. Age 30, you should be looking at your pension wena, or your retirement annuity and smiling. Would have done well for the past 10 or 12 years, depending on when you would have gotten that first job. And guys, in other instances, don't even wait for a job. If you've got parents that gives you an allowance, start planning for your retirement. Take 100 rands and put it, and I'm talking to the younger ones now, towards retirement, and I hope they are here. Chances are they are busy with their uzobayenza, and they'll be struggling, reading the same stats, which only 6% of South Africans retire comfortably. The rest, they are zamming, bayahlanganisa, eh? It's leftovers, last night's meal, trying to make it tasty today because there's nothing in the fridge. Imagine during retirement, struggle kanjani. So let's not do that, guys. So I've written a few notes here, and I don't want to leave out anything. Okay, and also, guys, I want to say to you, when you are employed, we are sebenza, like usiswam, who said she's working Uzi at PMB. Most employers, I'm not saying all, most employers have, when you have benefits, emsebenzini, have a pension, you can contribute towards a pension fund that will be administered by these different companies, or Alexandra Forbes, or Sanlam, depending who's administering their employees, which is me and you, pension. Take advantage of that. If you are employed and you work for a company that have benefits, and some of those benefits is, apart from free lunch, is a retirement fund which you can contribute towards your retirement. Don't overlook that. When I say don't overlook that, obviously it will be compulsory. So you can't say, no, Mina, I'm choosing not to contribute. It will be compulsory for all employees. When I say don't overlook that, I'm saying take time, like you did when you looked at what's your net worth, and say, how much can I contribute? How will it affect my net pay? In most cases, you can contribute from, depending on companies, I think it starts with 5.5% up to 20%. Government employees, guys, public sector, there's guys who contributes up to 20%. That's why majority, I'm not saying all of them, because you have a choice of government employees, they might earn less now while they are working, while they are younger and strong, but during retirement, they get a substantial lump sum or amount, or a retirement amount, because they are given up to 20%. And I can see, Gucci, I've seen some of their pay slips, they like to choose the 20%. Obviously, it affects you in terms of take home. All I'll say is try and balance things. But no matter what, we're going, at some stage of your life, you're going to eat cat food. So again, you choose. Is it cat food when you are young, or it's cat food when you are much older? So the 6% that is retiring comfortably, they most probably chose to eat cat food when they are younger, while they were planning and contributing extra towards their retirement. And the people that are enjoying life, driving big cars and staying in these houses that are sometimes so unnecessary, but necessary for them, because we are all different and we ought to live our lives the way we find it fit. No one should tell us how to do it, but be careful with that, because you'll be crying alone during retirement. They eat cat food during retirement. Ngoba at some stage of your life, there'll be some eating of cat food. So when are you planning to sacrifice? Now or later? You ought to sit and ask yourself that question. So look into your pension fund. Look at what your employer is giving you, that opportunity to contribute towards your retirement. Look at the percentages. If you can at least put away 10%, it is much better. Because guys, let's be honest, if your salary is only 5,000, and you're contributing 10% towards your salary is 10,000 a month, you're contributing 10% towards your retirement. How much are you contributing? 1,000 rands. If you are struggling to survive, we after, let's say, after deductions, if you are struggling to survive on 6,000 now or 5,000 now, how are you going to survive on 1,000 uh, when it's time for retirement? Just look at how much you're contributing. So look at the percentage, but look at the actual value. So that's where the financial advisors come in this case. And guys, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, certified financial advisor. I'm just merely giving my recommendations and tips and tricks and what I've learned during the course of my life. So that's where the financial advisor comes in to say, how much are you living on at this point in time? Your lifestyle, how much is needed to ensure that your house is paid, your cars are paid, your credit cards are paid. I pray to God you don't have them. Your personal loans are paid, children's school fees are paid, varsity, food, and your insurances. How much? If at this point in time you need 12,000, this is an example, to be able to pay for everything, you ought to at least have more or less that amount during retirement. Obviously, someone might say it's slightly less because by then your house is paid off. That's if you worked like a smart lady or a smart guy. There's people who reach retirement and their houses are still owing big monies because they were drawing down from those bonds. At the time, chances are your cars are paid up, your children are no longer at school. Maybe you won't need the 12,000 that keeps you going at the moment when you reach your retirement. But look at your lifestyle. It's all personal, like all the other aspects of financial planning. And if you struggle with which percentage will set you free, which amount will make you fall under the 6% that retires comfortably, that small number, sit with the financial planner, let him run the numbers and assist you. But we've got calculators online. Guys, don't underestimate the value of a financial planner. But I'm just also saying, if you just want to have a rough idea, you can use a calculator and say, I'm currently living on a 20,000 per month. In 30 years' time, how much will the 20,000 be worth? How much it will tell you how much you should be contributing to be able to withdraw 20,000 come your retirement age 60. If you retire early, it will definitely be 55. So sit down and do this retirement planning. Don't overlook it. Do it as early as possible. If you are now 40 something and you've overlooked it all these years, you can just see how much years you've lost out. But not all is lost. Today, starting now as we speak, grab your pen and paper and look ukuthi how you can really rescue yourself from this if you have no retirement. Because what are you gonna eat? Cat food at 60. You are left with what now? If you are 40, you are left with 20 years, which is not very far, guys. Time flies. I never thought I'll be here now, this old. I'm still shocked, still strong, feeling like I'm in my teens, but the age is telling me differently. I'm slowly approaching my retirement. Thank God I planned for it way earlier, but I'm not where I'll fall. Okay, I don't know. Let me maybe not disclose. I hope, let me just say, I hope I'll fall under the 6% that will retire comfortably. But I did try and get as much as I can in my financial bag to be able to retire comfortably. I cannot depend on my kids. I'm that mother. I don't want to be a recipient of black tax, because so much is said by our kids. They give us, they are complaining. And do you blame them? Because they could be buying their retirement and annuities with the money. Let them give us when they can. Not every month, thousands of rands, but they don't have houses. Let us be responsible parents. Work on your retirement plan. Very important. More important than you can ever think. Yesterday, people say, I might die. Hey, someone said, you know, when you are poor, you don't die very early. Someone said, guys, why when you are poor, you live forever? And rich people tend to live. Obviously, guys, that is a skewed statement, and who did any study on that? But boy, oh boy, be careful. When now you stay here till 90, eating cat food, working, who's gonna employ you at 85? And I don't see the poll. Will go look on this. Okay, sis, it's under community, so it was a post. Look at it, sis. Sasa Old Pension Grant. 2,000 only. What can you do as a group? You can't. So take off your retirement. Mina ngizolala ebusuku. I don't think I'm understanding mushweshwe. Ke mushweshwe. Mushweshwe Lesotho. Mojapere ka nnete hle. Gato is 8 years old. Oh, Batung, Gato, I'm glad you're here. You should have a piggy bank. When mommy gives you money, you put something away. When mommy goes shopping, you go with mommy and see what the prices are and buy some groceries and pay and help mommy and daddy. That's how you start understanding money. Oh, my baby, you talk too much and using Bluetooth, don't say. Hey, guys, yazi kuba nabantu abafikayo. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, perfect. Guys, I'm just trying to sort out something. Sorted. Powerful message you're sharing with us, ma'am. Pleasure, sis. Yo, guys, it's in sorted these people. Okay, this one, gay. I'm reporting ngoba angimfuni. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, guys, don't 2 seconds. Pella, you know what? I should have made someone a moderator, but it doesn't matter. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sissy. We learn a lot from you. Pleasure, sis. So just start now. If you didn't take care of your retirement, start now and see what you can do. And guys, if you are employed, I did tell you, take advantage, contribute a bit more, rather take a little less home, you know, your take home, adjust it a bit, but it will make you smile when your retirement time comes, because it comes very fast. And yeah, still enjoy your life. That's why I say always try and strike a balanced life. You know, don't now starve yourself and put everything away for retirement, because you still, if you've got kids, you still need to maintain the kids, send them to schools, buy them clothing, feed them, get them policies. Is a lot, guys. Take care of your home, petrol, monies, transport. Guys, holidays is a lot. So just sit, look into your budgets, see where you can cut down and put towards your retirement or increase the percentage. And what's great is that if you have an employer that provides you with the opportunity to invest towards your retirement in the form of a pension fund, or there's another one, guys, that is used more by the government. And I worked for a company where for the first time I got to contribute towards both. Guys, who's in the public sector, I know you don't contribute to a pension fund, but rather a retirement, I say retirement annuity. I just want to get it. Pension fund or provident fund. So if you work for a public sector, in most cases, they don't have pension fund. Correct me if I'm wrong. They have what is called provident fund. It's similar. You're still investing towards your retirement. However, when retirement comes, it's treated differently. With pension fund, you get only 1/3 of a retirement amount, your contribution. So you only get 1/3, and the rest you ought to invest it. You buy a retirement annuity, which means you get a payout. Thanks, Sisin Tabi saying you get a payout on a monthly basis. That is a pension fund. So come age 60 or 55, if you choose to retire early because you've saved your whole life, you'll get 1/3 of your retirement fund, and the rest will be, you'll have to go and buy a retirement annuity, which means on a monthly basis you'll get an income, like how you're getting an income with the difference. And then again, in terms of just hold on, guys. I just want to do this. Give me a few seconds. I wanted to sort this person out, but I couldn't. In terms of a provident fund, people are pizza on this end. People are so miserable and ugly. Yeah, I'm saying exactly what you said. In terms of the provident fund, you can cash everything. That's the scariest part, guys. So I once, in most of my years, I worked for companies that only provided me or presented me with an opportunity to withdraw or to invest in a pension fund, which means when pension time came, I would actually just withdraw 1/3 in cash, and the rest I would have to buy a retirement annuity and get a monthly income. But there was a company that employed me and said, we're doing things differently here, I guess, Sissy. We have both. You contribute a certain percentage towards your pension fund and a certain percentage towards the provident fund. So if I retired there, I would have been able to cash out, guys, the whole provident fund, and then 1/3 of my pension fund, and buy with the difference in retirement annuity and get income. So you have to be very careful. Austin is saying, I don't know if you work for a government, but if you do contribute towards a provident fund, please be someone who's disciplined. I hope you are financially. You've read, you've learned over the years. When the time comes, don't withdraw everything and start renovating your house, buying your dream car, starting a business. That is another biggest risk that people tend to do with their retirement packages. Be careful, don't do that. So, I won't be long, guys. So be careful, don't do that. And because then that's the only money that should carry you till you leave this earth. And if you are blessed to live beyond 80, what are you going to survive on? How are you going to buy your medication? I've already discussed the biggest expense when you retire is your health. You need scans, MIRs or MRI. I can never get that word right. You need to be going to doctors for this shoulder is now you wake up one morning, the arm is not lifting how it used to lift. So most of your money goes. So if you took it and you put it all towards like renovations, things that you could have done when you were much younger, starting businesses with this is your last port, because your age is now against you. There's no, okay, let me try again. When you start a business now, I can start a business now. It fails. I cut my losses. I've learned something which I won't do going forward, but I can start another business because I still have a couple of years on my side before retirement. But once you hit that retirement and you were contributing to a provident fund, more especially, even if you were contributing to a pension fund, that 1/3, use it wisely. Rather, invest it. Obviously, you want to spoil yourself. It's always been your dream. Guys, remember, we are Africans. We were not born with the treasures and the wealth. There's few of us who happen to fall into that. Some of us had to work hard to get these asset classes that we are now invested in. So it's possible because when you get to retirement, oh, finally, nkulunkulu wami, now I can board a plane. If you've never taken a plane and went overseas, but do it wisely. Don't go now sleep in a 10-star hotel, which is like 40,000 a night because you just retired and you got your payouts. Go overseas, enjoy yourself. It's always been your dream. And because you had kids, you had nieces, you were taking care of your parents, it's things you couldn't enjoy. But do it on a budget. We always share how I traveled on the budget. Use those tips, go have fun, come back, and you still have more than enough towards your retirement. Because if we knew our sell by date, we would live our lives differently. Not everyone will kick the bucket early age. Some people will live forever, if there is such a thing, for a very long time. And there's nothing worse than being unhealthy. And I always say, being unhealthy, no bad quality of life, and being broke. Ukukile. Because you call people, they have no time for you. They are busy living their own lives. So be careful. Tabi saying, true, Sissy, it's very risky. I contribute both. Perfect, yes, Sissy. Thank you so much. At least you've got that other one that you cannot withdraw everything, that says take 1/3 and the rest you can buy. And that really helps us, more especially people who are not disciplined enough. So guys, start working on your retirement. There's no age, no, I'll leave it till late. The sooner the better. And remember, you get text when you withdraw your retirement monies. You get text. Obviously, guys, by now, if you're working, you know the tax bracket is between 18%. You can tax up to 36%, depending on which tax bracket you fall under. And guys, warning, warning, warning. Even if you don't hear anything else, you didn't hear anything else that I said, please listen to this. Please like while I give you this warning. Those who've liked, thank you so much. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to contribute by saying, these are my worries. I don't even have a retirement. How can I start now? We are having a discussion. Guys, warning. Stop this thing. You get a job, you cash out your pension fund. What is this thing? You go, you say, no, I'm cashing it out because I'm going to pay my debts. But you're gonna be in debt again. Few years down the line, you starting again to take a cell phone contract, to go and apply for loans. So what exactly are you doing? And you know what damage you're doing to your future by cashing out your pension fund. Never ever cash your pension fund, because guys, you are allowed to cash out. I think currently it's 550,000, and I stand to be corrected, tax free during retirement. There's a lump sum when you cash out from your pension fund or your provident fund, which is tax-free when you reach your retirement age, whether early retirement, I think 55 or 60. But if when at age 22, age 30, age 45, you had financial problems. Others even resign, not because it's a toxic job, just because they after their pension fund. But if you went and cashed that pension fund, you've already missed out on this 550,000 tax free. You find ukuthi you've cashed out maybe 300,000. You are now left with the difference. And guys, again, your tax shoots up during retirement because you cashed your retirement fund. It is retirement fund. Guys, remember, we invest for different reasons. That's why you need to sit and say, why do I want to invest? Don't just do it, because people just put monies away and end up investing correctly, but then withdrawing. Guys, we know funeral cover means someone needs to leave this earth for you to claim that money. Retirement fund, pension fund, provident fund. You need to be old to look into that money. Why you are nyonyobelaring this money umncane? What is really provoking you to do that? Do not touch your retirement fund unless you want to eat cat food, unless you want your kids to complain when they give you money and say black tax this, black tax that, unless you want to work till you are 70. It is for retirement. It's clear. Retirement fund, pension fund. You are not a pensioner. What business do you have with a pension fund that you wanted? Guys, no. Rather, work on your lifestyle. Downgrade your lifestyle so that you free up some extra money and live a better life and pay your debts with that extra money. Because, guys, I want to just say South Africans have money, but our priorities are something else. Yes, there's people who struggle for real, but majority, what I'm seeing on these socials, people are loaded. People have money, guys, but how we invest it, how we look after our money is a story for another day. So you can free up a certain lifestyle. You can say goodbye to friends on weekends for a year, 2, while you pay off your debts and leave alone your retirement fund, because you are crippling yourself. Tax-wise, you're going to cry like a baby. And remember, you get taxed on retirement, but there's a lump sum, there is tax-free. I've said that, which is 550,000 if I'm not wrong. Rands. I'm talking about South African rands. I'm based in South Africa. But if you take your money before retirement, you've stolen from yourself later in your life, because then the tax will hit you harder. You've now forfeiting some of that tax-free portion. So you are not doing yourself any good by using that money to pay for these debts now. You are crippling yourself later in your life, and it will impact on you badly. And the tax portion, guys, imagine working 5 years for USARS, because that amount is so big. If you were to divide it and use it, do that, guys, divide your tax amount and say it means for the past 2 years, I was working for someone else and not for my retirement contribution or towards my retirement contribution. So leave those monies. Stop this thing. You're changing jobs. You got another job with a nice promotion, nice increase, but too busy. Your hands are in your pension fund. Your hands are in your provident fund. What is this? Are you not satisfied? Are you not blessed enough? But you are blessed with a new job, more money, more opportunities. You still want, guys, let's leave this greediness and this lack of discipline. More than anything else, it's lack of discipline. Let's unlearn these bad habits that will cost us when we are old and we need more money at that time. And you also don't want to retire and you can't even go out for coffee. When you see other grannies sitting at coffee shops in the morning, your heart becomes like this. Oh, wow, why is she not sleeping? Her people of her age are sleeping. They living the life they've been planning for. They living the retirement life that they planned for while they were young. Because then we become bitter when we see people living it large. When you see grannies taking us, so many when I was at Globetrot, flying, the knees are giving up, but they are going to countries to see the world. It is their time. Who am I to say why didn't they see the world when they are younger? They've planned for this time. The time has come. They're now living there. Don't withdraw that money. Truth is, it's very risky. I control. Okay, let's leave that one. Very educative. I agree 100%. We should spend on pension wisely. Very wisely, sis. It's pension. Make sure when you invest for the right reason and you use the right investments and accounts and unit trusts and EFTs for the right reason. You cannot, guys, say I'm applying for a life cover so that the life cover can help me when I retire. It's life cover. You ought to be gone on this earth for that cover to pay out. So they all have their places. So don't misuse it. Retirement is for retirement. Funeral is to help you bury your loved one while waiting for a life to pay out. Because some life covers takes much longer to pay out. Hence, you've got a little bit of funeral cover. Not investing in funeral covers. No, no, no. We don't do that. Enough to care for your loved one, give them a dignified funeral, and while you are waiting, educational policies to take kids to schools and further studies. When you invest for your holiday, it is for that. Don't mix things up. You can't take a car insurance and use it for your house contents if there's a break in. So why with the retirement we think we can use it for all these debts? Then take a credit plan to cover your debts. And I think credit plans are only when you passed away. You can't even say, I cannot cover my debts. Can my credit plan kick in? So be careful, guys, because you'll be taxed heavily. You would have worked enough for SARS for like right now. If you got a cash net pension, it means whether for the past 2 years, 3 years, you were working for SARS. Think about it. Look at the numbers, calculate. It will tell you how much damage you're doing to yourself, and it will discourage you from cashing your retirement. If you are retrenched, try. That's why right now, while you are not retrenched, plan for your retrenchment. Have a cover for your retrenchment. Look at your other covers. See if they've got a retrenchment portion. Speak to your financial certified with license if you can get a retrenchment. Don't take your pension because you were retrenched. When are you going to get the job? You praying, you believing, you trusting in God, the job will come tomorrow. But even that is unknown. So if you're going to chow this retirement, what if you start your own business later in life, you never get to get your opportunity to contribute to as a retirement, and then the next thing you have nothing, nada, zero when retirement comes. And while I'm there, guys, if you are employed, take advantage of pension fund, take advantage of provident fund. If you are self-employed, guys, have an RA. Let's first talk to these people who are employed. Guys, it's not enough. Your retirement fund, your provident fund, I've already told you, if you are contributing 10% and you're earning 10,000, it's only 1,000. Guys, are you living on 1,000 right now? Big no. So I plead with you, have a separate retirement something. Whether you buy a land, you and say this will supplement my pension. It will supplement my provident fund when I retire. Don't solely depend on your pension fund and retirement fund. It is not enough. You're only contributing 5% of your income. You're only contributing 10%. If you're contributing 20, it might be okay. Look into your own personal status and see which when you retire, who will still be dependent on you, and look at your lifestyle. If you've got fancy lifestyle, I can tell you right now, it's not going to be enough. So get another maybe RA, a retirement annuity, and contribute towards it. Get a bond, buy government bonds, go into Elon, equities, do something which you'll say it will supplement my retirement. I think we are clear. Then these are the employed ones. If you are self-employed, guys, people who are self-employed easily neglect their retirement planning. You have to, when you cash in your salary or you withdraw a salary from your business, pay yourself first. Part of paying yourself first should be buying a retirement annuity or buying whichever product that will take care of you during retirement. But retirement annuity, definitely, because it is for your retirement and it will give you income when you retire. People in businesses, entrepreneurs, they tend to overlook their retirement. Please don't do that, guys. Zincishe some of the things and care for your retirement. We all need to take care of our retirement, regardless of our age, because the popes will dance if you don't. The popes will dance. It is a very crucial stage of our lives. As crucial as when you were in varsity, when you had younger kids that you were raising, retirement is just as crucial. Who's going to take care of you? Who's going to pay your medical bills? Some people, they age, they struggle during retirement. They can't care for themselves. They become frail. They need this special care, doctors and nurses, 24-hour nursing. They need to be taken to a home. Guys, if you want to go to a decent retirement village, have you looked at the prices? I mean, I have, because I'm planning to invest in my retirement village or accommodation now, so that, and rent it out if need be. When the time comes, I say to the person that will be renting us, thank you so much for helping me build this place and helping me to pay for it. It is time for me to move in if I won't be in my home. And I might insist, I mean, we're especially Africans, unlike whites who look forward to going to a retirement village. See, the Africans, we want to retire in our homes with our children or by ourselves if our children are big, because times have changed. Our children get old and they grow up, they become adults, they start looking for their own places, which is so amazing. Less stress, less headache. I'm joking, guys, we still miss them. But if you are left on your own in this, let's say I decide I'm gonna stay in my house and stay here, and we nurse one another, me and my other half. And what happens when we reach a stage where we can no longer do anything? We ought to pack and go to a retirement village. And yeah, guys, a retirement village is not a step down which you're going to wait for your day to die. No, there's so much happening there. I've visited quite a few. My godmother stays in one of the tops of the tops. I went to her house, the house in a retirement village. I was so inspired, and I told her I want to buy one, and she said, good luck, my baby. I waited for 10 years. I was on the waiting list. It is in demand and it is so expensive. When I looked at the prices, I was like, hey, where will I even start? But you go there, there are so many activities. If you love tennis, you play tennis. Who wants to age and just sit and look at the ceiling? We still want to have in life. You meet people, you mingle, and but if you didn't plan for your retirement, who will even take you there? Let's say you hire a full-time nurse in your home. How much are nurses? Go check how much are those caregivers per day. So that will give you a wake-up call to care and to sit and to take time and plan for your retirement. And guys, it comes very fast. Yeah, we've spoken about don't withdraw your pension when you resign or leave the company, your current employer, or you are retrenched and or retrenched rather, and start young. Guys, when you are young, please don't invest. We spoke about different asset classes, your cash, your bonds, your equities, your properties, and. Don't invest in cash. We did say keeping your money in the bank, but you investing for your retirement. You must be joking. I guys, you'll be joking. Go Guma shares, equities. You, even if the market crashes, you have time in the market. Obviously, I don't know your age. I'm talking to people with different ages, but if you are in your 20s, invest in equities. It's not an advice, it is a recommendation. Look into your risk tolerance, risk appetite, very important. But you cannot when ugu balanced fund. What are you balancing at age 20, age 30? You far from retirement. When you are then approaching in retirement, and guys, every year, I'm gonna say this again. When you say happy, thank you, Lord, sit down and look, do your financial assessments. I say this all the time. Check your insurances, how much you're paying, all that. We'll talk about that in detail next week. Check your retirement fund. How much are you contributing? Companies allow you, guys, to increase. They'll tell you on this time of the year you can increase and decrease your towards your retirement contribution. Check where you are, how much you are now earning, which side hustle is bringing you more money, which businesses have you taken on, which like online opportunities have you started getting involved in, and you're making more money, dollars and pounds. Then guys, increase your contribution portions. And also, if you see Gucci, I'm sitting in a balance fund and I'm only 25, can you switch? Speak to someone who can assist you, financial advisor, planner who's certified. Where should I be investing at my age? I don't need this money. I don't have kids. I'm still working okay. Promotions are coming through, but I'm sitting in a balance fund. And if guys you're approaching retirement, maybe depending if you're planning to retire at 55, early retirement, in your 50s, you should be avoiding about high risk investments. You are the one who should be looking into money markets. You are the one who should be looking into a balance fund. I'm sure now you get an idea, Gucci. It's you can't always DIY these things. Bless me, sorry guys. Because you need some expertise that goes with that. There's tax involved, there's risks involved, there's age involved, there's expenses, lifestyle involved, there's other investments involved, and you want to make sure you are fully catered for. You can't have 20 funeral covers and no life cover. 20 funeral cover, but your retirement contribution is only 20 rands a month. So you need to make sure that you are well balanced and every pockets are taken care of. I'm sure you follow, guys. I'm sure you follow me. So be very careful. And when you are young, look into equities, look into properties and those asset classes. Don't cash. You should be using your cash only for my emergency funds and short-term investing for the unexpected that could happen we short term, or your holiday that is coming very soon, then maybe the cash would be the best bet. But don't invest like me if you are in your 20s. I never invested like someone who was in their 60s when I was in my 20s. Neither did I do the same when I was in my 30s. So look at your own personal situation, and age plays a vital role. And your income, obviously. There's lots that is looked into when when your personal uh, planning or financial planning is drafted by these certified uh, financial advisors. Very true, ma'am. Matidisho. The the popesal dance rates. I also learned a lesson. I took my pension. I struggled for some time. I was lucky to get a job again. I will never make that mistake again. Thank you. Pleasure, sis. And don't beat yourself up. I always say to you guys, come as you are, with your shortfalls, shortcomings, your past mistakes. But life is about learning from your mistakes. And I always say, guys, rather learn from other people's mistakes. Why must it always be you and better your life? Uma Sidiso have learned, and she's promising herself she won't do it again, because you shot yourself, Sissy, on the foot already. Your e-text is gonna really cripple you. You won't believe it. It doesn't do you any justice to cashiers. But it is done, you've learned, and you move on. And my biggest worry, what I've seen when I'm at my Sidisho, and why I'm staying, and even my kids that come for my one-on-one classes, I will not allow anybody. And kuba ngathi, when I say no, it will be a no. But yeah, I've had amazing kids who do take my tips and recommendations. Is because you tell me, Ma, I'm drowning in debt, and I get it. I'll say, can't we look at other ways to get you out of it debt? Because if you say, Mom, even thinking of resigning and cashing my pension to go and pay my skulls, the chances are 2 years down the line, you'll be in debt again. Guys, discipline is something else. If you lack it now, who says you'll be okay if you're still making some incorrect decisions that will cause you pain later in life? So rather cut out fun. Cut out eating out a lot. Fun must still be there. I mean, I don't believe in living in misery. I don't live in misery myself. I don't encourage anyone, work, and put away everything. You'll start living life when you retire. And then what happens if you kick the bucket? Live life and still take care of your retirement. Enjoy little bits now and keep for later on. Do not postpone. Do not delay. But don't now chow the whole salary now. Later in your life, you've got nothing to show. When you used to work early hours of the morning. First month of retirement, you hit stress and depression, and you leave this earth. You only retired 6 months ago because of financial stresses. Enjoy your life. You are young, you are able, it's time, but don't allow peer pressure to make you want to actually. Thank you so much, Ulon. Oh, and I remove Lo Opo herself. Go back. These devils are everywhere. So sorry, guys. So anyway, guys, this is where we are at, and I can't think of anything else regarding retirement except to say, whether you've got a business, whether you are employed, whether you are unemployed, but there's someone who cares for you, your sister, your brother, gives you some stipend or allowance, whatever you want to call it, take a little bit and put it away for retirement, because you can't depend on people who say they'll be there forever. And also, when you eventually stand on your 2 feet again, you should at least have a start. So when you get a job where your employer presents you with an opportunity or has this benefit to pay towards your retirement, you should be able to say, okay, you know what, when my brother was helping me with this certain amount every month, I used to take 100 rands and invest it there. Now that I'm working, let's see, okay, now I've got about 100,000. Let me contribute a bit more because I've lost maybe 5 years while I was not employed and I was, being cared for by my families instead of yonkinto. Like this one helps you. And some people are blessed to have family members that are their pillar during tough times. Don't abuse that, guys. Don't abuse. If this family member gives you 1,000 rands, the other one gives you 2,000 just for you to buy toiletries, to pay for your rent, and you can see which it's quite a bit. Yes, your situation is tough. Put away even if it's 100 rands towards your retirement, because who says they'll be there? They'll still have these stable jobs at that time when you also don't want to depend on them until retirement. It's just for the time being, temporary, while you sorting out your life. So let's be matured, guys. Let's care for ourselves. Retirement planning is not only for the people who earns a lot of money. It's not only for the rich. It's not only for people with businesses. It is for everyone. It is for everyone. And the sooner, the better, guys. The sooner. You can even retire at 40 if you started investing towards your retirement, teenagehood. And you can. Teenagehood, you get your allowance, you take 100 rands, you put it in your unit trusts, and you say, I won't touch it until age 40. Can you imagine how much that money will be? Teenagehood, you take 100 rands, you take 200 rands from your allowance, you put it towards my EFTs. You say, I'm not touching this until 40, when I get to 40. And I'm encouraging my daughter to do that. And she's doing it. You see, put it away. Don't think about it. Let it not even pinch you or touch you in any way. Pretend as though that money is not yours. Take 300 rands. She's burned for years. At 40, get a child, I'll be long gone. Okay? I'll be sleeping with my late parents, enjoying life in heaven. Whether you'll be wealthy, then if you continue working, it's because of choices. You want to keep yourself. There's people who are working not because they are financially desperate or overstretched, or they broke, whatever word is used, or they are heavily indebted. They work just to keep their brains fresh and the passion. I do it because I'm passionate. How about we encourage our kids to get to that stage? At 40, they check these unit trusts, they check these ETFs, because you've encourage them to invest from young, and they like, gosh, I've got 5 million. Do I still need to carry on working? Can I retire at age 40? Nah, I enjoy my profession. I'll continue working. And they live their best lives. They can even work half day, contribute towards our NGO. Guys, money is everything, guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Have money, and money is irrelative. You know what will give you freedom. If 10 million will bring me joy and happiness, you might only need 2 million. Work towards that figure that only you knows ukuthi you'll be financially free. You won't have to sit and listen to an abuser, a toxic boss, just because you've got debts. What can you do? You can say, you know what, I've taken this, I've respected this guy or this woman enough. Gedoeg is gedoeg. I'll use what I have to continue caring for my expenses while I focus on other things or look for something else. But guys, when you don't have it, you have no choices. Money gives you freedom. Money gives you choices. Money gives, and I want to give you such a sad example that I came across, and I do not want any of y'all to be in that situation. And guys, I know we're not having it easy, and some are really, really struggling. But pull yourself out of that struggle, guys. It's all up to us. There are so many opportunities, guys. If you have to leave your city, your township, and go elsewhere to look for opportunities, rather do that. Don't be comfortable with an uncomfortable life. We can't glorify money. We have to glorify God and God alone. With that said, so much requires us to have money. Maybe in rural areas, less than us in these big cities. But it really plays a big part of our lives, and we can't neglect itopic kebal and say it's so sensitive. We are being insensitive when we say wake up and go your pad. You have to wake up, and no one will do it for you. Even those people that are assisting you, they just want you to get on your feet because they have other responsibilities themselves. They are depriving themselves so much just to see you stand up. So take advantage and look for jobs, guys. Look for jobs. They don't come easy. The list is long. Unemployment, guys, rate is crazy. And you can't do it today. Tomorrow you take a break. Today you send so many applications. Tomorrow again. It's a full-time job to look for a full-time job. It's not a part-time job. I saw it even when I needed to change. I was like, okay, I've reached my ceiling, or I've had enough, I've learned, I'm enough now, I need to change a company. It was not overnight, but it wasn't as bad as it is for our kids. But I had to full-time look for a job, full-time, every day, send out applications, not when I felt like it. Even when I was not in a mood, I would still apply and make sure I pull myself towards myself, because I don't want to submit an application with negative energies. So let's take care of our hard-earned cash. And if you are receiving a salary, if you are receiving an income, you guys, or royalties or alimony, you are blessed. You take care of that money. Allowances, stipend, whatever you are getting, you're getting something every month. Take care of that money. Don't donor it. Who are you competing with? Who are you fighting with? That man is not fighting with you. Ulwa no man. And then what happens tomorrow when retirement comes knocking? You say, mina must I was 30 yesterday. That's what happens. So be strict. Be responsible. You know when they say drink responsibly, care for your money responsibly so that it can care for you tomorrow. So invest wisely. Don't just invest only for holidays, solely for renovations, for big cars, for fancy clothes. Invest for your retirement as well. Encourage your children, guys. Even if you failed yourself, whether financially, because at school they didn't teach you the difference between a debit and a credit, between assets and liabilities, what are you passing down to your kids? You want them to cry the same cries that you are crying today. Sit them every Sunday. Let it be a finance boot camp. 30 minutes, you call all your kids, sit around the table after Sunday course, several colors, have these discussions. No age. Money has no age. Money has no gender. It doesn't say because you are female, you are 10, I'll treat you this way. Because you are a male, you are 40, I'll treat you. Sit down, everyone, and give everyone their own share responsibility to learn and to be awakened with matters of money. And those who are already gone with wrong lessons, they can come back. They can unlearn some few things. Okay, time is no longer on their side, but there's a lot that you can change. As long as you are breathing, ungalishintsha imali lakho. You can change your chapter as long as you are breathing. The only time you say, aye, that's it, when you breathe your last breath. You say, aye. I tried, Baba. I'm coming now to you. That's the only time. While you are breathing, the fact that you are unemployed today, tomorrow you'll be employed. But have you prepared yourself for that first income that you've been waiting for? Or you last got an income 3 years ago? This one that will come through. How are you gonna get so excited? Or push 2 trolleys and eat yourself sick, unhealthy, end up ungasakhoni ukuya emsebenzini because you ate all the chocolates? No, which are not good for your body. Or you're gonna go buy fruits and veggies and care for this body that should take you to retirement and invest your money. So those are the parting words, guys. Uguchi, prepare, plan. We plan for people's parties. Can we plan for our future, for our retirement? Plan for it is serious. Have these discussions at home. I preach about money wherever I go, sometimes more annoyingly so. And I preach even in this home. And I lead by example. You know, I walk the talk. Enjoy my money. Good, I won't lie. Sometimes on things that brings a joy to me. But I don't forget about tomorrow. I don't. Because like I said, I am a to my account. Black tie, black tie, black. Le mali yabo izasesikhayihaleli. And why put them into that? Because it means they don't have enough. If they had more than enough, they wouldn't complain like that. And I don't know why they give and complain. Maybe they just shouldn't give us as parents. That's not saying it's more. Guys, I'm not saying there aren't any toxic parents that expect so much from their kids. But hey, nabantwana bethu, they exhaust us. Shame. They do overdo it. Hi, Mommy, would you recommend that one have a retirement fund at work, then take another one outside work, or you increase the contribution percentage? Oh, Shabalal, I did touch on that, Siskuti. The one at work, perfect. Be grateful. There's people who don't have benefits where they work. Take advantage of it. But remember, because you're only contributing from 7.5%, if I'm not wrong, to there's people likely who contribute up to 20%. Look at yours and see what percentages you can contribute. It will not be enough, sis. It is not. You're contributing a slight amount from your gross income or from your package. So it won't do you much when retirement comes. So have a supplement, you know. And guys, do ask. You know what's the saddest thing about these retirements? Guys, I've had them, I've kept them, I've invested, I've preserved them when I leave my job. And I forgot to tell you that preserve your pension when you change jobs. Don't cash it. There's this thing that's called preservation fund. You fill in forms, you say you preserve it, which means you're putting it away to take it when you retire. You are allowed as a South African to take once in your lifetime 25,000 from your pension. I don't know when they did the budget speech. Was it done? I don't even know. I didn't check if they've increased it. But you tax-free 25,000, but once off. That is the amount you can take and go maybe pay off your debts. But the rest, you don't touch it. You preserve it. And I want to say, Sissy, it is such a small amount that you're contributing towards your retirement, unless you're contributing over 10% to 20%, then you got to stable gather. So supplement it. I'm not crazy about pension funds because you don't even know what the rate of return is. They are in units, but always make it a point that when you do your personal assessment, financial assessments every year, you get your figures. And it's nice now since we've got apps where you can constantly check, but don't do that. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. How much you've contributed thus far. You've worked for this company for 2 years. Where's your pension sitting at, or your provident fund? Or if you don't have it on the app, I had mine on the app. I could check them. Even my the ones that I've preserved every time I left employers to go to other jobs. I've preserved in different companies, looked for good returns, and there's one that did exceptionally well to this date. I'm proud of that one. Others not that great. You can check, and then it will tell you it won't be enough. I'll make an example, Shabalal. If your package, and I wanted to say, just think, they quote them in units, and it can throw you off because sometimes it doesn't tell you what's the rate of return. You understand? And even when you ask them, they don't come with a clear picture. So when you can take something on the side to supplement your retirement, it is better. And take something in a form of government bonds if they've got better interest rates, unit trust, ETFs, buy a property, get a rental income, start a business, use that money, the profits, and put it away for your pension. There's so many ways that you can supplement your pension. You can take a retirement annuity, but make sure whatever you supplement with has a decent return than your pension. For a long time, pensions went doing great in terms of your return because of the market crash and the stock exchange. Long stories, but you ought to have the figures. But ask them, what's the rate of return that you are getting? You're going to fall. When you check, I mean, I've contributed for 2 years. This man is sitting here, and you know exactly for sure which it's not going to be enough. So I'm not crazy. My pension funds and whatever, they are great. It's a good start. It's an amazing opportunity. It's a must. They are mandatory. You can't say I want to come work for this company, but pensions are not doing great, so I opt not to contribute. Everyone contributes. However, I can look for other products that will pay you better rate of returns, especially if you're still younger and you can take advantage of a compound interest. So I hope I've responded. And when you get to increase, if you can increase the one at work, if you know what your returns are, your rate of return, what you're getting. If you are not sure they are gingizaring, take that extra increase that you received and supplement your pension by buying a different product that you'll cash out when you retire. And be strict and make sure you won't be able to have access. It's solely for retirement. What I like about AMA-RA's retirement annuities, they are for retirement. No matter how broke you can be, you can't cash it. So if you are not disciplined, don't start ngama unit trusts because they don't have that. You can access them unless it's a unit trust within a retirement annuity. It has to be a retirement annuity. We all know ourselves. And guys, that's why I say when we talk matters of finance, you need to be honest. Uyazazi wena imali uyidla ngathi ama-peanuts. So if you don't have it discipline, then cut the cards. Leave your cards in KZN and come back to Joburg and work. So that you won't be going to the stores and shopping. You need to be honest, guys. We know our poison. And you saw, guys, that one child who was disqualified, those who watch Big Brother, her poison is her mouth. And she once said her mouth is her weapon. And I think she said it positively because with her mouth, she got an opportunity to be go Big Brother. I just saw South Africa buzzing and I had to get myself up to speed because I wasn't even watching the program. But where there's lessons, guys, don't be left out. And obviously people said when she drank, she would then say things which are totally unacceptable. And look how it has cost her 2 million. We're glad that they're setting up whatever GoFundMe to get people to raise the 2 million. But I'm emphasizing the point, you know yourself. And don't lie to yourself, guys. That's the worst thing. You know what your poison is. You know what's holding you back. If it's laziness, work on it. If it's lack of discipline, do not go for AMA products that you can easily access, and yet you are saying, I want to have a comfortable retirement, like the 6%, the only 6% that retires comfortably in South Africa. So make sure you rather Shabalala go and buy a retirement annuity, because no matter what, you can't get that money. No matter what, you only have gonna have access age 55 and age 60. No mungaba, hey, I'm dying of debt, hey, which you got yourself into them. You don't wake up and find debts in your name. You won't be able to touch that mind. So you know yourself. If you know you are a disciplined soul, then you can self invest, not in a retirement, in products or asset classes that pays lucrative returns, because we want good returns. Ngeke ufake i-50 rand, 5 years later it's only 60 rands. Hayi bo, inflation. So your value of your money is eroded, because what are you going to buy? What you are able to buy with 50 rands today, you won't be able to buy with that 50 rands tomorrow. So it's important that wherever you are invested, you take time to ask them, what are my returns? How did my investment do last year? You sit, you look, you switch, you leave it, paid it up. I've got a retirement annuity which I used as a supplement for my pension, and it was doing with my financial advisor. And guys, can I give you another tip? Get someone who's not tied to the company. Angibafundi ozothi, and guys, forgive me if you are one of those. I'm a financial advisor for Liberty. Guys, rather maybe get a broker who has a holistic view of all companies, who'll tell you, if you want to preserve your pension, 10x is your best bet. If you want to put monies away for emergency funds, Time Bank. Mara, the ones that are tied or dependent, not independent financial advisors, they sell you products of these companies that they work for. And it makes sense, guys. You can't work for ABSA and promote in Nedbank, because they're financial advisors for ABSA. So they sell you ABSA products, even if they don't serve you those products. So my retirement annuity, it was a dependent, a tied financial advisor. I still have her as my financial advisor, yeah. And brilliant, but she's only tied to this company, and it puts me off. So I had to find a broker. When I now say I've got 200,000, where can I put it? I get a broker who's gonna look sudden lamb, momentum. You get what I mean? Stand lip and say, Sisi, what is great right now is this. Let's put your money there. Because labo tied. They force you to buy there. So I was talking about my retirement annuity. I took it with this tied financial advisor. 2 years later, hi man, this thing is not serving me. Most I'm gonna eat cat food during retirement. It was my supplement, this RA, because I contribute, we pension just like you says now Provident Fund. And then, okay, maybe expecting the impossibles, gave it a year. The money is not making sure. And then I called her and I said, I'm paying it up. So don't maybe take it and move it, because then there's penalties, there's fees. Now it's from your capital. Avoid donating your money. Like I'm saying, avoid donating your money to SARS. Stop it. He takes enough when we are working hard in terms of pay as you earn, PAYE. So why are you giving him more? So I was like, I'm not gonna contribute my hard-earned cash to these companies. When I switch and transfer to another company, I paid it up. So it's paid up. I'll check it after this live. It really did disappoint me. Where is it sitting? So it's important to get someone who's not tied, who can look across and say, okay, depending on what you're investing for, May Life, they know exactly which company provides the best life cover. Funeral, they'll tell you so and so has the best. And someone was saying Capitec, but we'll talk about that next week. I'm not promoting them. I haven't looked at theirs, but this person was saying when they compared with other companies, their funeral cover was coming in tops, and you were contributing less than. So they even did figures, which if FNB for 5 people, 3 adults and 2 kids, you were going to pay 200. With Capitec, it's most probably hundreds and something. This is just an example that I'm giving. But thank you so much, darlings, and do plan for your retirement. It comes much quicker than you can even begin to imagine, and don't neglect it. Even if you only have 100 rands, put it away. It will serve you well when the retirement time comes. Ubukelwa Jack, this is very informative, sister. Thanks, and thanks the guys for staying this long. If you haven't liked, please do like, guys. And even when I'm no longer live, you can still like and continue watching the other videos as well, guys. If I'm not live, I still do try and upload other videos. Don't neglect them, and see you next week, which is session 6. We said for 6 weeks we're gonna have our finance boot camp. We've done well, and thanks for coming through, guys. You never disappoint. I hope you've learned a thing or two. You'll turn your financial situation around. If it doesn't need turning around, you're on the right track. You'll keep on that journey. You know, we don't change directions, Moss. If this journey is taking us to the right place, you'll continue walking on that path, and sharing your knowledge and imparting your knowledge with others and uplifting. We lift as we rise. What's the point of you sitting with a net worth of over 1 million? I've got people who said, Mina, my net worth is over 1 million. How are you helping others who to get a net worth over 1 million, just like you and me? Guys, let's all be rich. Let's all be financially or savvy. Let's all retire comfortably. I don't want to have friends who will be asking me for my pension. Can we all retire rich? Let's all learn from these things and take tips and go and work things around. Approach a financial advisor if you are lost and you are overwhelmed, because it is a huge world, a finance world. Get someone to hold your hand. As long as come retirement, we all go, we book a trip here to ladies only and go abroad. I call you, Ubukelwa, are you free, sweetheart? Let's go for coffee. We go sit and have coffee and have breakfast, and we shop those outfits that suits us at the time. We go for massages. Pella, when you retire, it doesn't mean the things that you enjoy now, they all of a sudden fall off irada. Me the one I'm liking and enjoy. I wanna still do my nails even during retirement. Because I planned well for my retirement. And let's not forget, guys, after all the planning, God should be the center of everything, because we can plan all we want, but the person who has a master plan is our creator. And God bless you, and may you be able to find the right path. And if you really struggled and you are trying to unlearn some bad behaviors, may God give you strength to do so. And please do plan for your retirement, and stay blessed. See you next week, same time, same place. Same place, not sure about the time, but definitely on Saturday after lunch. And we will be talking about something very crucial. You don't want to miss out. You've come this far. You need to come next week, because now we're taking care of everything that we've built for the past 5 months, to say, how do we now care for it and not allow strangers to have long fingers in all that we've built so hard. We work hard. We ought to care for our monies. God bless.